In this video, I'm going to be talking about Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu. I know I talked about that last time in my last video. I swear this is going to be my last video on this. Now that I had more time with this game, I actually want to talk about all my thoughts and feelings and opinions about this game. So you can kind of think of this as a review of the game, or you can kind of think of this as like my summary of the game or whatever. But I do want to talk about the game more in detail since now I actually played it. If you haven't seen my last video, I highly recommend going out and check out my last video. That's where I talk about why I bought the game and things like that. Pretty much my initial impressions of the game and what I think and everything like that. But anyway, yes, I did pick up Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu, and so far my experiences have been amazing with the game. I actually wonder why I didn't pick up the game in the first place. I guess Smash Brothers was on the rise, and also I guess I didn't want to buy two games because, as you guys know, games are expensive. And also on top of that, it's not really just that games are expensive, it's just that when I saw Pokemon Let's Go, I was like, what's the appeal to this game? It's really a Gen 1 remake of Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow. It's actually more closer to Pokemon Yellow than it is to Red, Blue, and Yellow, but it's still in the same region as all three games, so you pretty much just call it a Generation 1 remake of Pokemon, or a reimagining of Pokemon. That's pretty much what Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu are, reimaginings of Gen 1. But yeah, now that I've actually played the game, I can say I'm definitely in love with the game. To show you how much I'm in love with Pokemon Let's Go games, I've actually already made it to the 5th gym, and I only got this game on Saturday, so you can see I'm super addicted to the game. I have right now 15 hours into the game. I just can't stop playing Pokemon. I'm pretty much playing it every waking moment. I actually got it, I guess, at a very good time where I had a lot of free time as well. But yeah, I'm definitely loving Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. The version that I ended up getting is Pokemon Eevee. I think there's actually more people who own Eevee than Pikachu. I could be wrong about that, but everywhere I see it looks like more people own Eevee than Pikachu. But again, I could be wrong about that. I guess it makes sense because a lot of people already played Yellow and they already seen Pikachu and they wanted to start out with Eevee, so it makes sense that you would want to start with Eevee compared to Pikachu. And I get a lot of people love Eevee, and on top of that, Eevee evolves into a lot of different types of Pokemon. Like I can't name them all off the top of my head, but yes, it names to like different forms, and it's just an amazing Pokemon. So I get why a lot of people gravitated towards Pokemon Eevee compared to Pokemon compared to the Pikachu version of this game. Now let's talk about some things I love about this game and some things I hate about this game. The thing I love the most about this game is definitely the aesthetic of this game. I love the way the game looks. I think everything about this game fits perfectly. I love the aspect of the game. I think it's a clean look for this game. I absolutely adore all the look of this game. That's one reason why I'm really playing this game so much. I just have a smile on my face every time I boot up the game and play the game. I love the way the game looks. I think I said that many times, but I do. I definitely love the look of the game. It's definitely a clean look. It definitely looks amazing on a TV. Mind you, this is the first mainline Pokemon game that's ever been on a true console where you can actually play on the TV, and that's pretty much how I've been playing this game. Like I said before, I told you guys I was going to play on the TV, and that's pretty much how I've been playing this game on the TV because it looks gorgeous, and this game definitely is a game you don't want to sleep on. But yes, I've been playing this on the TV. Another thing I love about this game, talking about cons, I love the fact that Pokemon random encounters are no longer random. They're actually predetermined because Pokemon walk around in the world. Sometimes you'll still bump into Pokemon whether you like it or not, because sometimes when you're walking around, I did notice the patterns can be bad, or maybe there's 2 or 3 Pokemon in one area and you're pretty much surrounded by Pokemon, but at least it's more, you can actually move around Pokemon more than you did before. So basically, one nice thing I love about this game is caves. For instance, if you're going around caves, you guys remember how much of a pain in the ass it was to go in caves before because you would always enter random encounters. So normally a cave wouldn't take that long, but since there's random encounters in the previous games, caves and other stuff like water would take much more longer to traverse. So that's one thing I love about it. Honestly, if you ask me, I think taking out the random encounters gives the game more personality. I love just seeing Pokemon wander around in their own life, doing whatever they want, just being in a living, breathing world. That's something I do love. Of course, again, a lot of the things I'm saying can be negated. I want to make that clear with repels. You guys know repel is a thing in Pokemon, and you could use that, but I just love this way more. I love seeing the Pokemon walk around. I think it's absolutely awesome that they did this with Pokemon. I also love the fact too you can change your clothing in this game. I know that's not necessarily new to this game, but I love changing my trainer's Pokemon clothes. I also love that you can actually put clothing on your main starter, your Eevee or your Pikachu, and that's what I actually do. I actually have all the outfits on because I think it's actually a cute idea where you're like, for instance, your Eevee can have a hat on and they can have clothing on. I think that's absolutely awesome that they did this with this game. One thing also I love about this game is they brought that one mechanic back from Pokemon Yellow where Pokemon can follow you. So alongside your starter actually being on your shoulder or being on your head, you can absolutely have a Pokemon follow you, and you can pick whatever Pokemon you want to follow you, so it can be outside of your Pokemon ball. And you guys know that was a mechanic brought back, or that was a mechanic in Pokemon Yellow, so the spin, not really spin-off, but the next game after Red and Blue, they brought that in there, and I think that's absolutely cool too. It gives the game a lot of personality, and I've been doing that. I've been making a Pokemon walk around with me alongside my starter being on top of my head as well. Another mechanic I love about this game is they kind of removed the PC box in this game, so you don't really have the PC anymore in Pokemon centers. I think you do get a PC. I'm pretty sure I got a PC. So you do carry around this Pokemon box in your inventory, and all the Pokemon pretty much go in there when you capture them, and I love that aspect as well because I think it makes it much more faster too to go get a new Pokemon in your party once you fill up the party. You guys know how Pokemon works. Usually when you fill up your party of 6 Pokemon, you capture a new Pokemon in the wild, then everything goes into a PC, and the only way to access your PC is by going to Pokemon centers, but that's pretty much negated now. Once that Pokemon box that you carry around in your bag fills up, of course, you can't put any more there. Then you do have a PC, and Pokemon do go to another area in the game, but for the most part, you can have at least you can have a lot more Pokemon with you is what I want to say compared to previous Pokemon games, so it makes it more easier to swap in and swap out Pokemon on the fly, which I absolutely love. I think they should have increased the size of that bag if you ask me, but either way, that's still something headed in the right direction if you ask me, and that's about all the things I like about this game. Of course, everything else is pretty much the same from the rest of the Pokemon games. If you played the rest of the Pokemon games, you're going to feel right at home with this game. The other changes, talking about things I don't like about it, because I really don't have too many complaints with this game. Overall, I would give this game in my eyes pretty much almost like a 9.5 or a 9 on a gaming scale. If I was to rate this from 1 to 10, I would definitely give it a high score. The only reason I don't give it a perfect 10 in my eyes is because, well, I don't like the catching mechanics. I think the catching mechanics are definitely gimmicky and finicky in this game. I have been playing this for quite some time. A lot of times when I throw the ball at the screen, it either like bounces off to the ground or it bounces this way, and it's annoying. I've been playing already 15 hours. I'm already like at the 4th gym, so that's a very long time in the game, and what I can say is not a fan of that mechanic at all. A lot of people just said forget that and play in handheld mode only. If you play in handheld mode, it makes it much more easier to capture Pokemon. I will agree on that, but for this game, I just don't want to play on that. So I'll get used to the Pokemon throwing mechanics, and I'll just look past those bad Pokemon throwing mechanics since the game is so gorgeous. I just can't help playing on the TV. So basically what I'm saying is I don't mind those mechanics as much as I'm saying, but I do wish they were removed, and they still are finicky, and it does kind of suck also. It's a little bit different the way you grind in this game for experience. You can't just go out into the wild anymore and battle wild random Pokemon if you wanted to gain experience. The only way to gain experience in this game is either fight trainer battles or capture Pokemon in the world. Capturing Pokemon in the world do give you experience in this game. What else is there to say about Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu? My time with this game has been amazing, and actually, fun fact, this is going to be my first Pokemon game that I actually play online, because I never played Pokemon online before. I was always too scared to play it. It was intimidating to me. I didn't understand matchups. I didn't want to get blown away by other Pokemon trainers. Even if I do get blown away here, it is what it is. I just love this game that much. I don't mind it being in this world altogether. this is definitely what I wanted from a Gen 1 remake, and this definitely hits me hard with the nostalgic. I remember all these areas in Pokemon, like the SS ship that you go into the game, all the gyms, fighting Brock for the first time, fighting Misty for the first time, going to Mount Moon for the first time. Just, I remember all those things as a kid, and this game definitely brings back memories, and it almost feels like I'm playing this generation for the first time, since it's been so long, playing this gen for the first time. And on top of that, you do have to realize it's a new paint job, so it's kind of like seeing Gen 1 for the first time over again with all the new paint job, and just seeing how beautiful this game is. And also on top of that, you guys know Pokemon has some of the most relaxing music like ever in a video game. I love almost every song in this game. It really does bring back memories. I'm glad not too many songs in the game are remixed. I'm hearing a lot of things I remember as a kid. I just love everything about this game. And on top of that, I did not even mention the co-op you can have in this game. Now, it is local co-op only, so no online co-op, but the co-op is fantastic. I did play it with a friend. Pretty much your friend is useless when it comes to doing stuff in the world, but they can battle alongside other trainers with you. It does kind of make the game slightly easier, since a lot of time battles are only meant for one person. What Game Freak should have done was, if they knew you had a friend with you, maybe make those trainers have 2 Pokemon instead of 1 Pokemon, so it would offset the easiness of the game. That's my only complaint. But it is cool that the co-op in this game is drop in and drop out co-op. I love that fact. I love you to shake the next Joy-Con and your friend can drop in, and then if he has to go, just drop out, and then you're good to go on that front. And we tried the co-op in the game, and the co-op was absolutely fantastic in this game. Probably in the next like 3 to 4 days, I'm probably going to have the game beat, but that's not going to stop me from playing online, leveling up these Pokemon. And I love also, one thing really cool is, if you're a fan of Pokemon Go, they did implement Pokemon Go into the mix. But I can't really test that out, since I never played Pokemon Go, and I don't have any intentions to play Pokemon Go. But it is cool. You can bring all your Pokemon that you've been using in Pokemon Go into Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. What do I think of this game as a $60 game? I kind of said this in my last video really quickly before I head out. I kind of said this game wasn't worth $60, but maybe it might be, just because I'm loving my experience so much with the game. Honestly, I still don't know if I would be willing to pay $60. Maybe I'd be willing to pay maybe $50 or $55, a little bit less lower than retail value for this game. But so far, this is definitely one of my favorite Switch games as of right now. And fun fact, this may be one of my favorite remakes or remastering or reimagining of a game of all time. Yes, I said it. That's still hard to say, because there's so many remakes and remastering of video games, but I love the new paint job on this game. It definitely speaks to me. I love cutesy things. I love adorable things. Everything just fits the game amazingly. I just love everything about Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. You can see I'm just super addicted to the game. I'm already having 15 hours in the span of just 3 days as of right now. You can see I just love Pokemon Let's Go and Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. If it wasn't for the demo, I probably would have never picked this game up, but I would have been missing a lot, and I understand this game, and I think this game is a flat-out fantastic game. That's pretty much it. Anyway, guys, this is Wayne from MyTechNews, signing out. Oh wait, before I go, actually, I forgot to talk about one aspect that they changed, which I'm actually okay with really quickly. If you're still sticking around for this, if you're not, it's okay, but I did throw this in here. But anyway, I forgot to mention, since it's on my brain, they removed the HMs of the game, so no longer do you have to put those stupid and pointless HMs onto Pokemon that you may want to use later in the future. They added these new I forgot what the name of it is. It just blanked my mind. But basically, you get these things that your Pokemon just has on you, and it's just very cool that it's not counted as a moveset, so it doesn't take up a useless slot. Because most of the time, if you're going to play like competitively online and things like that, you have to get another Pokemon, or if you want to use your Pokemon like seriously in the game, most of the time you have to capture another Pokemon and then put all those useless moves like Fly, Swim, Surf, Strength, whatever on those Pokemon. So I'm glad they removed that aspect as well. I'm definitely a fan of going towards these technical moves or whatever they're called in the game. I'm definitely a fan of that. Now I'm going to go ahead and head out of the video. Anyway, guys, this is Wayne from MyTechNews, signing out.